The Titanic was an inside job!
Welcome to the 6 days of Easter, or whatever.
Now, I know what you're thinking, alright? Spencer, look at me. Look at me, alright? Listen to me, alright? Listen, the Titanic, that was destroyed by an iceberg, alright? It was destroyed by an iceberg, alright? I know a lot about icebergs. I'm an iceberg scientist, alright? I study icebergs for my job. And I know that nobody else knows how to make an artificial iceberg, okay? Because nobody knows what icebergs are made of, alright? Nobody's been able to figure it out. I'm the top leading iceberg scientist in the country. I know this stuff. But listen, alright? I'm here to tell you that an iceberg was created, alright? It was created by somebody on the Titanic, alright? Now, who could have created an iceberg? Not the crewmen, alright? Look, out of the 50,000 people on the Titanic, alright? 5,000 of them were crewmen. Were 5,000 of them crewmen? I feel like maybe this part is inaccurate. Why do we need 5,000 crewmen? Now, if you look at the passengers, there are 45,000 passengers, alright? And one of them was Trent, as we know from Titanic 2, a bunch of shots of dead people sinking in the ocean by probably a worthy sequel. No, by finally a worthy sequel.
Probably.
It's probably a worthy sequel.
I don't know, I haven't seen it. Hard to tell.
You should go watch it.
Yeah.
But listen, alright? What a lot of people don't realize is that all of the passengers, all 50,000 of the passengers, were Steve Jobs. Alright? Now you might be thinking, how could Steve Jobs wasn't born back then, alright? Which isn't true, because Steve Jobs was born every time, alright? Steve Jobs is like a soul. I'm a Buddhist, alright? So this means that the soul passes through your body.
Through your body?
When you die, and it goes into new plants and animals. Okay. And and now you're at these things, right?
Okay.
But so all of them were Steve Jobs, who's one of the only people who actually could make a fake iceberg at that time. So listen, alright, when I say the Titanic was an inside job, alright, I'm right, but what I actually mean is that the Titanic was an inside jobs. Alright, next graph. Who killed John F. Kennedy, alright? Everybody's been thinking about it for like 25 years or however long, more than that, way more than that. Everybody's been talking about it, trying to figure out who it was. I finally have the answer, alright? And I have the answer that 100% of the people who killed John F. Kennedy are definitely not me. Alright? Listen. Alright? I didn't do it. Alright, you gotta listen to me, you gotta understand me, okay? I was acquitted. I was acquitted of the murder, okay? You cannot keep coming in here and accusing me of such things. I didn't do it, alright? Look at this graph. Look at this graph. This is evidence. Alright, this is actually why I got acquitted. They pulled out a bunch of evidence. I was like, look at this graph. They were like, well, we can't argue with that. Next graph. Crayons are cool! Alright, listen to me, alright? What do you think of when you think of cool things, alright? How can I prove to you that crayons are cool? I know what you're thinking, Spencer. I only use cutouts from newspapers. I cut out things from newspapers and I glue them to my letters, and that's how I draw, alright? But listen, alright? I'm here to tell you that there's a better way, alright? With crayons. Alright? And you think, when you think of cool things, what do you think of? You think of
crayons.
That's what I think of, alright? But you're not so ready yet, alright?
No, I am. Crayons are pretty cool.
Audience, not the cameraman.
Oh, okay.
The audience. You're like, hey man, I'm the #1 anti-crayon person in the entire world, alright? I've spent my whole life burning crayons, alright? That's terrible for the environment, I'm pretty sure. What do you think of when you think of cool things, alright? You think of bacon, alright? You think of pizza, alright? But most of all, you think of our great founders, the Wright brothers. Alright? They gave away their lives to make sure that we could humans as fly. Now listen, I've made some crayons that have flavors. These are the crayon flavors. We have bacon, we have pizza, and we even have the Wright brothers. Alright? How could you not want to eat the Wright brothers? Alright? They've been, they are entrepreneurs of our society. They were entrepreneurs of our society. They're gone now because they gave their lives to our cause. Alright?
Yeah. This is a real struggle for you.
Hitmen cost too much money. So you're probably like, Spencer, listen to me. How do you know this? Alright, how do you know that that's the case? Did you maybe hire a hitman to kill John F. Kennedy? But no, that's not why, okay? I was hiring hitmen for fun. Alright? So I was hiring a bunch of hitmen, right? And I was like, hey, well, why don't I do the Hitman Challenge, alright? Which is where you hire hitmen in all different kinds of places and just, like, see how much they cost, how much you can get. So I had a bit of money. I'm a wealthy man, alright? So I had, like, about 50, I had, like $90, alright? So that's how much I was spending, alright? So first I was like, well, I'm in America. I'm an American person, okay? So I tried to do it in America, and it didn't cost me very much. It was just $2, alright? It was very cheap. Canada, a little bit more. It's like $14, alright? France, they're very expensive. It's like $20. And then Iceland, $5, because there aren't really that many people in Iceland, so you know, it's... that doesn't have any logic. There just aren't very many people in Iceland. But then you see, I went to the Atlantic Ocean. I was like, hey, I want to find a shark. I want to find a shark to help me to, like, kill some fish. Alright? But I went to the shark and I just kept giving him more and more money, and he just never accepted the money. Right, he just kept shoveling it into his ocean. All right, I went into the ocean. I threw it into the ocean, and it just sank to the bottom of the ocean. He didn't even take it. All right, so I didn't even find out how much it would cost, cause it was more than $50, and I don't have more than $50. All right, I'm not a millionaire. Okay, So sharks are really too stingy.
There's a big difference between $50 and $1 million.
Yeah, well, it's not as much of a difference as you would think.
You could have like $70, and that's
how much is $1 million? It's like $12.50.
No.
Yeah, like $12.50.
Is it? Wait, hold on. Is it?
The bail system should be abolished. Now I know what you're thinking. All right, Spencer, you were able to convince me on all of the other ones. All right, but this is just too crazy. Alright? There's no way that this is rational at all, alright? But you can't, what were you gonna do, Spencer? You're just gonna get rid of a system without replacing it with another system, alright? Well, no. Alright? No. Because you can't get rid of a system without replacing it with another system, alright? That would be crazy. So I have another system, alright? I have another system. It's been proven to work. It happened for millions of years. It's been around for millions of years, this other system, alright? So look. The water cycle, alright? That's what we can use to replace it, alright? You remember the water cycle? Alright, evaporation, condensation, precipitation, okay? That's the water cycle. Okay? I need you to run that over in your head, alright? Because one day, this is gonna be law. Okay? So evaporation, condensation, precipitation, alright? Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, alright? Now, plenty of people are like, I already know the water cycle, but if you don't know the water cycle, you should just go evaporation, condensation, precipitation, alright? Or ECPA for short, alright? Just remember ECPA and go on with your day, alright? This is what should replace the Bail system. Alright, next graph. Let's keep going. For thousands of years, philosophers have pondered the ancient question, why are yards so gay? Next graph. Let's keep going. So listen, alright, listen. In 2nd grade math class, alright, my teacher gave me an assignment that I've been trying to figure out ever since. Alright? It's taken years of my life, and I think I finally have the conclusion, but first, I'm gonna take you through my process, alright? So the math problem was, if Jane has 12 apples, and Tommy takes 3, then does Jane have 9 apples? Okay? Now, I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, I don't know about that, alright? That's not necessarily mathematically sound. But I was younger then. Now I know that it is mathematically sound. But there's a lot of reasons why it might not be the case. Okay? So think about this. All right? We have to tackle this angle from every angle. We have to tackle this situation from every angle. All right? Listen. You might think, hey, this is an easy math problem. All right? I could do this in my sleep. Probably not. But
maybe if you're like a lucid dreamer.
But maybe that's what you're thinking. All right? But you're not considering all of the different angles to this problem, alright? We have to consider for a second why Tommy took the apples, alright? What was the motivation towards this crime, alright? We have revenge, alright? What if Jane did something to Tommy that made Tommy want to take her apples, alright? That could be a possibility. There's a lot of revenge murders. This isn't a murder, but it could be revenge related still, alright? This is like the 2nd grade version of murder. Okay? we have greed, alright? Tommy just wanted more apples. There's a lot of greed in today's America. Alright? It could be that Tommy is gonna become a big businessman later on. He's getting his start with his apples, right? He's stealing from the poor and giving, he has less apples as far as we know, but still. Alright. Tommy's a sadist. Alright? He just wants to see Jane miserable about losing her apples. Alright? That's a possibility. It says it's the highest possibility, but it says that because this graph was printed incorrectly, and I didn't see that before now. Okay? That's why it says that. But now that it's on the graph, it must be correct. Maybe he was feeding his family. Probably not anymore, even though that was supposed to be the most likely one. But it seems like there's only about a 40% chance of that. And now, maybe he hates doctors, right? All the doctors, they're harassing him. He read about Apple's days keeping doctors' ways, and he needed to get some apples to keep the doctors out of his life. All right, that could be why. All right, and last of all, maybe he thought they were oranges. Okay, now we all know that Jane has a deathly allergy to oranges. All right, so maybe Tommy was trying to protect Jane from the oranges, because if she touches them for too long, she'll be orange. She'll become an orange. All right, that's how her allergy works. All right.
And we all know this?
This one's less likely because apples just don't look like oranges. Alright? But maybe he thought they were very red apple-y oranges. Okay? So these are the motivations that might happen. Alright? Now we know this, we can move on to the next section of this. Alright? Alright, time to continue with the apple problem. Up here, apple loss. Alright, what if Jane has less than 9 apples after Tommy takes 3 because she used them in a different way? Alright? What if Jane can't carry 9 apples, right? Could you carry 9 apples in your hands? I feel like I'd drop some of them. Alright? I'd probably drop some of them on the ground. Then would I have those apples anymore? Or would they be Earth's apples? Alright? Do they belong to me once they're in the dirt? I'm not gonna eat them. They're in the ground. Alright? Alright, maybe Jane ate some of the apples. Alright, think about that. Why would she be buying the apples? Why would she even have the apples if she wasn't gonna eat them? Alright, so maybe the answer is that Jane has 0 apples. Cause think about it, alright? Many years have passed since I was asked that question. Alright? So are the apples just like, did she just let them go to waste? If they go to waste, are they apples still? Yeah, probably. But she probably ate the apples, so maybe Jane has 0 apples. Maybe if Jane has 12 apples and Tommy takes 3, Jane has 0 apples now in 2021. Alright? But listen, alright? Next, evaporation, okay? Apples have been known to evaporate and become a part of the water cycle. The water cycle.
The water cycle, yeah.
But very rarely. So that's like not very likely, okay? That probably didn't happen, but it could have happened to like at least one of the apples. Alright? And then unexplained phenomena. Okay? There are so many things in this world that are unexplainable by anybody, alright? Nobody understands the answers to them, alright? Just like what icebergs are made of, okay? So how could we know if something completely unexplainable happened to all of Jane's apples? Okay, it could have happened. It could have happened, and then she had less apples. Okay? So now we get to the end of the apple problem, alright? We have figured out the motivation, we figured out whether or not she lost any apples, and I've come to the conclusion, alright? I've come to the conclusion that Jane and Tommy probably didn't even exist in the first place, alright? Now I trusted this teacher, alright? But she definitely could have been lying to me, alright? Just to try to get a better outcome of the math problem, right? Maybe it was a hypothetical the whole time, alright? That's what I think. I think that Jane and Tommy never really actually existed as people, and it was just a math problem. They're not real people. But I thought they were real, you know? I tried to find them. I tried to look them up. I was like Jane with the apples. And, you know, but I wasn't able to find them, so they're probably not real, alright? Unless they're off the grid. Okay, next graph. We're going on to the next graph now, alright? Can you get the little duck to the other side of the maze? Look, alright, this duck, it's trapped in this maze. Look, this is the little duck. These are maze. Alright, can you get the little duck to the other side of the maze? I don't want to get the duck out of the maze, okay? Can you help me get the duck out of the maze? Because it's trapped in this maze. Alright? Next graph. Alright, the next graph, it's climate change tickets. Alright? I have a band that's called Climate Change. Alright? Would you like some tickets for this band? I'm gonna put this band in here and advertise some tickets. It's called Climate Change with a K. It's like if climate change were a band. Alright? That's not great advertising. But listen, we have tickets in July to August 2021. Alright, we have 300 tickets left. You want to get some tickets for the tour, for the climate change tour? Alright? If you want some for September to November, we have 700 tickets left. Alright, roughly 700 tickets. You could get some tickets. December, we still have 1,000 tickets, alright? 1,000 tickets left for December. You want to get some in December? We have some tickets for that, alright? If you want to go in March 15, 24, no! Why? Why are you asking for that, okay? I've got so many asks to go see the concert in in March 1524. So listen, alright? You can't go see it in 1524. I didn't exist in 1524. When was I born? It's kind of debatable because clearly I was supposed to be around when John F. Kennedy was alive. But also I don't look like that. But I don't have to be because I don't have to be around when he was alive. I just realized that makes me suspicious.
Maybe you're like a 1-year-old when you didn't kill him,
I didn't.
Sorry, no leaking.
So I wouldn't have to be alive for any reason.
Yeah.
Let's go on to the next graph, alright? Next graph. Time for the next graph.
I also love how you're trying to sell 1,000 tickets. You think you can get away with that? You think you can get 1,000 tickets sold?
Hey, climate change is gonna affect billions, alright? Waldo! Waldo! Waldo, 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 Waldo! Okay? Waldo, Waldo, Waldo! What is the point of this graph? They all just say Waldo. Next, I'm moving on. I'm moving on to the next graph. I don't know what to do with this. That's just a picture of Dick Cheney's face. Am I supposed to ignore that? What do I do with it? What is this?
It's a graph.
It's not a graph. It's Dick Cheney's face. What am I supposed to say? Alright? Okay, well, I mean, we don't even have any more graphs. We ended on Dick Cheney's face. Great. Great, we ended on Dick Cheney's face. Alright? There just aren't any more graphs. Alright? There aren't any more. We're done. That's it. We ended on Dick Cheney's face. Alright, Wait, what's this? What? The graph? Graphs are... Graphs... I don't know. Alright, now listen, you're probably thinking, Spencer, alright? I already believe that graphs are graphs, and I'm here to tell you that you're right about that, and I'm just gonna tell you the same thing. Okay? But maybe there's someone out there who doesn't believe that graphs are graphs, so if you look at this graph, you can see that there are 13 graphs that are graphs. Right? 13 graphs that are... Wait, why are there 4 graphs that aren't graphs? Graphs are supposed to be graphs. That's what this graph is supposed to prove. The graph is supposed to prove... Why is precipitation on here?